That used to be the garden club office.
Sally?
Hello.
Facts. You've been working on the garden here?
No.
No. Yes, you have. You helped.
My name is David Johnston, and I live in this neighborhood. I've lived here for about 10 years, and the thing that brought us together, the thing that makes me want to keep on living in this area, is the people. And generally speaking, we, as a result of a series of events involving a youth gang who used a local parking lot across the street to park their cars at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and their guest parking lot really belonged to the city. And what we did was decided we'd asked the city if we could build a garden on it, and they agreed, and lo and behold, it brought us all together. And so for the past 7 or 8 years, we've been gardening, and it's a garden of abundance, and it brings us out one night a week, and it's the people that makes me want to continue living here.
So when you ask me what I remember about this neighborhood, I think about a person who's created a series of events by the name of Rick. Rick hung around our prospect garden a few years ago, asking questions, helping to do some weeding, and then a few months later showed up around the corner and worked with us, borrowed a few seeds, some plants, and lo and behold, there's a second garden around the corner on Rose Avenue that Rick helped to do, and somebody watched him doing that, a neighbor across the street, so she hired him to set up a third garden. And a few years later, Rick moves down the street and takes his seeds with him, and on Parliament you'll see a fourth garden that he's helped to establish for the good of the whole neighborhood. And so it's a person and it's events, because he's always stopped by and asked us how we're doing with all of our ups and downs that we go through in our lives, and it's always just stop to chat and check in on us and see how we're doing. And so Rick stands out in my mind.
I was staying in a men's residence downtown Toronto. A room was offered to me in Cabbagetown. I grabbed it, I've enjoyed it, and I've been here ever since.
My name is Doug Fisher, and I live up on Wellesley Street. When I first bought my house back in 1990,
Hello, my name is Eleanor McDonald, and I live in the Hugh Garner Housing Co-op, which is on the corner of Prospect and Ontario Street. It's a co-op that was built in 1982, and November 1st, 1982 is when I moved into the co-op the first day it was open. It's interesting that in this area is rich in co-ops. In fact, we're located in the Toronto Centre riding. There are 39 co-ops in this riding, about 1,600 family units in actual fact. I think of Hugh Garner as my home community. But then I'm also involved in the larger community, and that's really very exciting as well.
It was originally an old parking lot with a whole bunch of old wrecked cars in it, and a number of us got together at one time and said maybe we could approach the city and see if they would let us use it as a garden or make a community garden out of it. And so we talked to the city, and they were more than happy to help us. They got rid of the cars and they ripped up the pavement. The old pavement that was there, and gave us the first load of dirt. And from there, and a few plants to go with it. And from there, we raised a little bit of money through garage sales and all sorts of different things. Brenda did a bake sale for us. And we were able to raise enough money to put some edging around, get some more dirt, and to buy some more plants. The thing about the garden is that everybody has participated. We've, right from the get-go, everybody on the street and everybody in the community in the neighborhood has made some sort of contribution to that garden. Somebody did the original raking, Clarence did the original raking of the dirt. Somebody else laid the beams for the edging, somebody else did the first started the garden. And so over the years, different people can look at that garden and know that they've made some sort of contribution to it. Now we meet once a week, and we've been meeting once a week for, 4 or 5 or 6 years now. And we do a little bit of weeding, a little bit of gardening, and a lot of talking. And it's a great spot to meet people. People stop and they compliment us or talk about plants and talk about gardening. And it's just a general spot where people gather, and everybody knows that on a Monday night there'll be somebody over there doing something to the garden. So it's been a great source of pride for the community. We've all contributed, and it's something that we all look forward to seeing what's going to happen next with it. So over the years, I think we've all, as neighbors, learned a little bit about gardening, but more importantly, we've learned a lot more about our neighbors and the people that are in the community. So it's been a great experience for us all.
It's my community.
My community.
My community.
My community.
My community.